We have only just met the new 90-day fiancé, before the 90 days couples, but we already have some major news for one of those pairs of long-distance lovers. But beware, folks, even though season 2 has scarcely begun, we have a huge spoiler for you. Remember John and Rachel? Well, some cyber sleuths have uncovered something major on this across-the-pond couple. A lot of 90-day fiancé have conspicuous age differences or deal with huge cultural obstacles. Some couples even have to grapple with racist family members. John and Rachel are playing the intercontinental romance game on easy mode. They're both white English speakers, and they're only a year apart. John Walters is 34 and from England. Rachel Bear is 33 and from Albuquerque, New Mexico. And, here comes the huge spoiler, John and Rachel are already married. Reddit may be an absolute cesspool, but that's only because it's a social media site that people use. Some of those people aren't terrible. And it was a pair of cyber sleuths on Reddit who dug up a marriage certificate for John and Rachel. Jonathan James Walters and Rachel Ann Bear filed for a marriage certificate in New Mexico on June 8 of this year. Obviously, John and Rachel cannot tell the world about their marriage until the news breaks on the show. We're sure that they can hardly contain themselves. Honestly, shout out to @ClevelandCray and @JohnNCA for some grade A investigative work in accessing the Bernalillo County online records. But, there's more to this story. Starcasm followed up on John and Rachel and did some digging of their own. They discovered that John and Rachel appear to have gotten married in Cornwall, England. According to the filing records, John and Rachel solemnized their marriage at Boho, Cornwall on May 31. The two of them listed the same residence at the time of the marriage, leading some to wonder if Rachel is moving across the Atlantic instead of the other way around. It may be that it just made the most sense to write that address since they were, after all, in England at the time. As you may recall, one of the barriers to John and Rachel's relationship was concerns over John's past. He has dated hundreds of women. Hey, the dude looks like a knight who would guard someone's castle. A lot of folks go for that. Another issue was that Rachel discovered that she was pregnant shortly after she and John began their online flirtation. She had the baby, but John seems cool with it, and they've been chatting for 2 years. They've allegedly never met before 90-day fiancé, before the 90 days, though there are some conspiracy theorists who believe that this is untrue. It's so exciting that these two are already married. That said, that doesn't mean that they'll remain a couple forever. We're not just saying that because all marriages end one way or another. We're saying that because 90-day fiancé marriages do not always last. Just look at how things ended for Luis Mendez after his deeply toxic marriage to Molly Hopkins fell through. But we're holding out hope that things go better for John and for Rachel. When are either of them going to meet someone else in their age bracket whose selfies constantly cut off the top of their heads? These two were meant for each other.